Okay, guys, and then so we are going to start, to produce. So what I wanted to show you, so once you take this Malke tool, Malke, once you take this Malke tool, and then you have to choose what you want to view, and then you go to right click, show selection, selection Malke in 3D. So you can clearly see that our door is like this. It doesn't have that type of things that Archicad most of the time. And then you choose, look at the walls, how the wall is looking. But let's say we take this window, and then we place it like this. So look, you can clearly see the difference between the customized one and then the one that is not customized. You see? So you can clearly see that this is not what I want you guys to do, and then this is what I want you guys to do. Okay? Let's hit Control Z. Control Z to go back. So it means that once also you are going to work on the windows, you will also have to customize each and every aspect as we did. Okay, very quick. Let's do it quickly. I go to the settings. These are the settings I normally do, and then I have to be very quick. You don't really need to waste your time. Working on this, and then once they are set, you can we'll use each and every door views as the same. Okay. Floor plans and sections, and then we go to override. Override. Okay, thank you. So you can clearly see the difference, right? So once you customize each and every stuff should be customized. Okay, they have to be customized. Once you don't customize them, so they're going to look worse. So guys, the reason why I did this introduction is to make sure that you guys don't use default stuff in Archicad. Archicad can be used in a good way and then produce high quality drawings and settings. Depending on the settings you give, are going to have good. So, and then something goes in 3D. You have to focus on the model, okay, the model that you guys are creating. So you can see that we have this stucco kind of stuff, which I don't really like. Most of the time I use titanium. So guys, I'm giving you my selection kind of color. I use titanium white so that I could edit. So that I will be able to edit my my model as I wish. Where is my titanium white paint? Titanium, aluminium, titanium white. Where is it? Titanium white. Okay, let's maybe, because I'm not getting titanium white. Let us use maybe stucco, fine white, something that is white. Okay, and then we are like we link them. Okay, look, so this is our wall. So each and every stuff is customized. You go to window, you can place as many windows as you want, as many as you want. You can place as many as you want, guys, okay? But look, I don't think if someone brings you, a model which is, which has good views and standards, you will not, will be able to really understand what is going on, okay? Okay, let's go back to plan, ground floor. And then you can see in the flow, it's still, the section lines are still bad. And then I don't want us to use this kind of style, okay? We go back to section lines, section, and flow display. Let's go to Windows settings, and then see. There's maybe a setting that we didn't change, we didn't customize. And then you have to make sure that each and every stuff is customized. Okay, good. So the line pen, you can clearly see that we didn't change wall contour lines, we didn't change that, and we have to make sure that each and every stuff is changed. Guys, make sure that your drawings are neat. If you present them to someone, that someone is going to understand what you are working on, huh? So these colors are super amazing. Look, so now finally we have our customized, So this is the first step, okay? The first step is this, and then the second step, okay, let us start from scratch. So if you are starting a project, you have to have a layout, okay? If you have to have a layout, you should, design an element, okay? That is clearly showing you how to, so you can either, so there are two possibilities. You can start by providing the grid system that you want to follow, okay? And then you set the grid system depending on the sketches and the concept that you have. And then you set those grid lines, and then you follow them, okay? You follow them. They are like your guidelines. But in those are going to help you in terms of when you want to produce. When you want to produce, they are going to help you when you want to produce a drawing without, and then you have to avoid those minor dimension errors that always happen once you are, producing your drawing. So what we do, you can. We have to make sure, so you can use the document, okay? In the document we have grids, we have the grid elements tool, have the document, and then more. You can do something more like this, okay? Manually. You see that I'm doing it manually, okay? Manually, then you are like this. So I'm doing this manually. But once you do it manually, it's not a good approach, okay? You can clearly also see that we are using the default, which is not okay, according to what we discussed. So we are using green. And then I don't want to see all this kind of green stuff or blue, or I want you guys to produce black and white, gray drawings, okay? So you also have to customize the grids. You have to customize the grids, and then let's go back to how maybe we can customize it depending on the structure that we have. Because you know, guys, architects work with structural engineers, so you have to make sure that you really understand. So what we do most of the time, we have to go to edit in order to create the grid system. Or you go to edit, you go down to elements and settings, you go to grid elements, and then in default setting. So once you click on that one, so they are going to give you this tab where you will have to select. In the sections, you have to make sure that maybe if you want to see them in 3D, everything is customized here, right? You go to edit, you go down to elements and settings, and then you click to grid elements and default settings. Let's go back and then make sure that each and every one of you really understand. Element settings, grid element default settings, you click on that. This one is going to pop up. Once it pops up, you can clearly see that you can also change that color that I was talking about, the display color, and then the names and rules you are going to create. So it's up to you to create, right? It's up to you to create what you want, depending on depending on what you want to create. So each and every stuff. And then in the elevation also you can also change, okay? So you have to customize each and every stuff. So you can clearly see that each and every aspect is linked to its layer. So here it's the layer that's it's linked to, so structural grids. So once you click on the walls, they're going to be connected with wall layers. Once you click, each and every stuff is connected to its own layer. So you can also go to those layers and then make them visible or invisible. So it's up to you. So you can clearly see that we can create grids depending on what we want to do. So once you have a layout of the grids that maybe you want, can maybe let's say we have these types of grids, the grid system that we want, okay. So guys, I'm doing it maybe quickly so that we can rush and then have the basic understandings of what we are doing, okay? Good. So this is the random grid system that I created, okay? You can clearly see that once I want to move my wall, I can move it to the center of my grid, okay? It's aligned. Each and every stuff is aligned. So guys, we were about to create the grid systems, but what we did it manually, and I want maybe to customize them so that they can be automatic with not suspended like that. Now you can see that each and every grid is suspended from each other, so I want them to be as maybe you can create them as a group, okay? So once you have you went down here, element setting, and then you go to grid selection settings. Now we are doing the settings. So let's see how we can create them. We go to design, okay? Then you go to grid system, invalid horizontal vertical grid system. Okay, let's maybe, because we have selected that one, let's ignore. Okay, grid system. And then once we have this kind of grid system, so we can go on the grid positioning. So you can clearly see that these are the settings that you can edit as you wish. And then the naming rules and regulations. So we have to use this kind of A, B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3, in Roman. And then the other one, the vertical ones and the horizontal ones, they have to differ. And then after that, what we can do is this, okay? So we start from 0, maybe say 4 point something, and then we are here also we have 4 point something, but let me change it to, let's say maybe let's use 3 meters. Okay, we use 3 meters. 3 meters. And then also here we can use also 3. Okay, let's use 3. And for 4 point something, 4.8, 4.8. You can also, on this one, you can also add, let's say we add another 3 in between. And then we can also here, let's add something, or you can either add or remove the grid system, okay? And then you have to hit OK. If you hit OK, you can see that it comes automatically. And then you have this grid system control. Let me control. So you can either, because you can see that it's not where arranged, because it's tilted somehow. Let's see, do Control Z, and then we go again to grid system. We hit OK. Let's hit OK, and then it's like this. So you have to hold on Shift so that it doesn't move, so it's straight in one angle. You hit OK. You can clearly see that we have this grid system, okay, which is A, B, C, D, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 6, and then so you can start from this one, okay. So once you have this, and then you have your wall. You can clearly start modeling. So if you have already created your wall like this, so you can either do something like this, right click, and then you come to copy, to move, and then you drag. You have to drag multiple copies. You are like, okay, I take my first copy, I put it here, the other one here, the other one here, the other one here, and then the other one here. And then you click on escape. So you can see that you have your layout of walls. And then once you have created your wall, you can go on your wall, and then you are like right click. After right clicking, you come to you can go to move, and then you can either rotate it, drag it, mirror it, elevate it, drag a copy. We have different options, okay? I go to rotate. Let's rotate it. If I rotate it, it's going to be rotated as a single part. But if you click on Alt, on Control, okay, it's going to be a copy. You can see that plus sign. We have this plus sign. The plus sign is going to give you you copy a copy. You are rotating a copy. I don't know if you guys can clearly understand what I'm talking about. But if you are about to rotate, you can rotate a copy by clicking on Control, and then you hit that copy. So you can clearly see. So you can also say, okay, let me copy. I have to copy to move, and then copy, drag you have to drag multiple copies if you want to put them on different copying many stuff on different dimensions. Okay, so like, okay, you have your grid systems, and then you are copying each and every part, and then let's say maybe this is the last one, and then we click on escape. You escape, and then you have, maybe if you have a plan which is like this, and then this is the plan, right? This is the plan that we have. Okay, once you click on the grid system, and then you are like, you right click on them, so you can like grid element selection settings. You go to their settings. After going to their settings, so you can change each and every aspect of the grid system. Okay, and something that I want you guys to keep in mind is that each and every stuff in Archicad is customized on your own way. So let's go on text, and then I want also to focus on dimensions, floor plan. Okay, sections and elevations. Okay, we have already customized. Okay, good. So I think each and every stuff is customized. Text style, okay, everything. Then you hit OK. So it's now you can clearly see that it's a gray scale, gray color. It becomes gray. Okay, it becomes gray. So after this, now we have created maybe a plan which is it looks stupid because we didn't it's not a plan, it's a random stuff, but showing you how to use to first use it once you are using Archicad. Okay, let's say, so if you want to look at it in a 3D, you select, you go to Marquee tool, and then you have to mark the area that you want to look at in a 3D, and then you go to right click, show selection Marquee in 3D. Okay, so you can clearly see that we don't see, there's nothing to see. You come here, and then you fit your model in window. Once you click at it, it's fit, and then you can go on. So once you want to move, you have your 3D model, but you want to move it all around. So you click on, you can either use this tool, orbit, down below. You can use this tool down below, orbit, or you can simply click on O on your keyboard, and then you can rotate as you wish. You can rotate and then see what you have. Okay, so this is what we have in 3D. In 3D, this is what we have. And then our grid system also, you can, we customize them to be seen in 3D, but I don't want you guys to to customize them to be seen in 3D. So what you do, you go to them, and then you change the settings. You go to them, you change the settings. You change the settings, whereas 3D views show as lines. So we don't want to show them in 3Ds, right? So what we want to see, we want to see them in plan, but not in 3Ds. And then we hit OK. We hit OK. Okay, let me escape it. Control Z. Okay, good. So let's go in plan. Let's edit element setting, grid system element setting, show as line, display in 3D. No, we don't want to see them in 3Ds. And there's something that is very, 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 very important in the grid system, so dimensioning. So that's what I want to focus on. I want to focus on dimensioning, because it's you can set the dimension automatically. Okay, let's first hit OK. Hit OK, and then they are going to disappear, because we don't want to see them in 3D. Okay, so now they disappeared. You can clearly see that they disappeared. And after that, we go to our ground floor. They are still existing in the floor plan, right? Existing in